What's good, Canucks fans? It's time for another edition of Ask Me Anything. I'm Canuck Clay, and this is my Canucks take, all in one take. It's Clay's Canucks commentary for Sunday, January the 2nd. If you're new, here's what you should do. Hit the subscribe button now for daily Canucks insight that's positive, timely, and trustworthy. And as always, this vlog is brought to you by Perform and Transform, personal training and weight loss. Sign up now for a free 7-day trial. Use the link in my video descriptions below. And by Van City Experts Real Estate Group. Contact Jason Lim and his team for all of your real estate needs. Happy Sunday. I just got back from church. That's why I have the whole dad just went to church look going on. Got my haircut. Thanks for noticing. Got to rep the GLCPC, of course, the good looking Canucks Positivity Club. And don't forget, tonight, it's my weekly Sunday live stream starting at 10 p.m. doing two giveaways. One, for those of you that have been responding and replying to my YouTube videos, my post games, and the other one, a ticket giveaway for an upcoming game. So make sure that you join me tonight starting at 10 p.m. right here on YouTube. Thanks for your questions. Not going to talk too much about last night's game. I already did a post game, but a wonderful 5-2 victory, a great way to start the year for the Vancouver Canucks. Let's get straight to your questions. Eli says, favorite non-standard jersey from any NHL team? He gives examples of the reverse retro or the outdoor classic. The uniform that I really like right now, the jersey that I really like right now, is the Colorado Avalanche reverse retro, where they wore that beautiful white Quebec Nordique sweater. I really like that. And I actually like the LA Kings reverse retro as well. And I said that when they first came out, and those are still my two favorite non-traditional. Do you call the Canucks black flying skate one non-traditional? That would be my favorite of the Canucks. But non-Canucks, definitely the reverse retros for the Colorado Avalanche, aka the Quebec Nordiques, and the LA Kings. I thought those two looked really sharp. Ethan Isaac, do you think Travis Green will get another coaching job in the NHL? I really do. Yes, it might not be right away. It might be after the season once teams figure out what they're going to do with coaches that underperform this season. But I do think Travis Green will indeed coach again in the NHL. It's too raw right now. It's too soon because there's hardly any openings. And why would you pick up someone who left I wouldn't say not on good terms, but didn't have the most success with the Canucks? But remember, it was his first head coaching gig straight out of the AHL after coming from the Utica Comets. So I do think that he will get another coaching job. I just don't know when, but I think he's too young. He's too well respected, and he will get another job, maybe as soon as this summer, but not before that. Tristan, my question is a two-parter. Do you think Tyler Myers will get traded at the trade deadline? And who do you think will? Oh, if not, who do you think will and why? Have a wonderful day. Cheers, and go Canucks go. Thanks, Tristan. Okay, I had to make sure I was saying the right thing. No, I don't think Tyler Myers will get traded. I think Bruce Boudreau really likes him. And I think even before Boudreau got here, Myers was having a better season under Green, and it's been even better since Boudreau arrived. I think, and I've heard him talk about he simplified his game. He's not trying to do too much, yet capitalize on his strengths. And remember, because of his sheer size, I've talked about this before, all his mistakes are kind of exaggerated when he's lying down on the ice or when he gets beat, because just he's bigger, he's more noticeable. But I do think he's played very well. I think that Bruce Boudreau really relies on him. So no, I don't, he's not, is he a top pairing guy? No, but is he a top 4 guy? Yeah. So I think, I don't think he will get traded. Depending on what happens, where the Canucks are in their playoff battle, I don't think you want to get any older, and you don't want to trade away any of your prospects. So maybe, although he's playing really well, I've always talked about Tanner Pearson, although I think he's got a no-trade clause. So I'm not sure who the Canucks will trade if they don't think that they're going to sign Besser. Maybe that's an option, but all these just sound weird to me. They don't sound right, but let's revisit that in about a month or so. And then related to that, Crispy Assassin says, do you think the Canucks should trade Miller or resign him? And also, how can they improve the right-hand D, the right side D? The JT Miller thing is so fascinating because he's obviously, along with Thatcher Demko and Quinn Hughes, our most valuable player. Like, he's one of our 3 most valuable players this season. He's been amazing since he's been here, since he got traded here 2.5 years ago. But I also understand the reasoning of that's why you trade him now while his stock is at its highest. If you don't think he's going to be around when the Canucks actually contend, you trade for pieces that will be around when the Canucks actually contend. So I get that argument. I just think it would cause too much of an uproar if you do trade him. And I know that's not the best reason. I have a feeling that the Canucks do not trade him, but I've always said that between Horvat, Besser, and Miller, those guys are all going to make between $7 and $8 million in their next contract. I don't know if you can keep all three. It's very tricky. How did they improve the right-hand D? I think Myers and Hamnick and Pullman, they're all under long-term contracts. So you got to somehow bring in a guy, trade for a younger guy that can push those guys though, and maybe move one of them out of a job. But to get quality, you have to give up quality. I always say that as well. So it's easier said than done. But if Hamnick can play well, if Pullman can do what he needs to do, and if Myers can play like a top pairing guy, even though that's overachieving, maybe that's what we're gonna have to settle with. Debut Hunter, if you went to 20 games, 10 wins wearing the skate jersey and 10 losses wearing an Orca jersey, would that make you second guess what you wear to games? Testing your lack of superstition. Debut Hunter knows me quite well. He knows that, many of you know that I'm not superstitious. I don't believe in those kind of things. But you can't I'm not stupid either. You can't argue with 10 wins wearing the skate and 10 losses wearing the Orca jersey. I know what I'd say. I'd say, oh, the jersey I wear has no bearing on what happens on the ice. I know that I'm going to say that. You guys know that I'm going to say that. At the same time, you can't argue with 10-0 versus 0-10. So yeah, maybe after the 5th or 6th loss already, Debut Hunter, I wouldn't wait. I would just put on the skate jersey. So yes, you did test my lack of superstition. Maybe I failed my own beliefs there, but you kind of can't argue with 20, a 20 game sample size. Great question. I love that. Lazy Husband, what do you think about the story of Nadia Popovici saving Brian Hamilton's life? Talked about it a lot yesterday. Beautiful story. Wonderful way to start the year. Story of the year already on January the 1st, and I don't think any story is going to top that. Everything from the subtle noticing to the message, to Brian seeing that, getting it checked out, getting the mole removed, to the meeting yesterday, to all the stuff that happened to make that meeting happen, to the Canucks and Kraken gifting her with $10,000 to help her with the medical school. Beautiful story. Beautiful. It just teaches you to treat other people well and to look out for one another. So yes, I love the story, Lazy Husband. Lyndon Bateman. Hi, Clay. How are you? I'm great, Lyndon. Hope you are well as well. Who does Vancouver trade and who do they trade and to what team? Oh, I should have lumped that in with my other one. I don't know. I do know this. If they do trade, they don't want to trade any more of their picks or prospects. Jim Rutherford has already talked about that they're not in the business of moving young players or picks. So then you have to trade a veteran. And is that a guy like Myers? I don't think so. Pearson, maybe, but he's playing so well. But I guess that's the whole point. Dickinson, maybe. So those are three guys whose names have come up already. Who do they trade into what team? It really depends on what's out there in terms of return. Sorry, Linda, not the best answer, but I think it's too early to speculate on that right now. Marcus, should the Canucks claim James Neal off of waivers, replacement for Chason? I'm all for replacing Chason. I'm not for doing it with James Neal. James Neal, yes, a very cheap $750,000 contract signed with St. Louis after he was bought out by Edmonton a couple years ago. But I still don't go there. He's 34 years old, and I don't know how much he would add to this team. I'd much rather see a young player with fresh legs get in there. And you see what Tyler Mott wants a more offensive role, so maybe that's an option. So no, I would not do that. Mike, what are your goals for 2022, and what are you most excited about in 2022? My goals, to stay healthy. I've lost, as you guys know, 15 pounds, and I want to keep that off. Eat well, be more present to my wife and to my kids, as much as I'm involved with a lot of things. Continue to grow this channel, become a better bowler, all those things, become a better witness to my faith. But I think my biggest goal is simply presence to my wife and to my kids, despite me vlogging right now while they're all eating a Sunday lunch. What am I most excited about in 2022? I think selfishly, not even selfishly, honestly, the growth of this channel. I want to get to 10,000 subscribers by the summer. That's my goal. I stated that yesterday. And if I finish 3 more courses for my master, I'll be 75% done. I'm exactly halfway done, 6 out of 12 courses right now. And finally, nuts and bolts. Do you think JT Miller is really a combination of Ryan Kessler and Kevin Bieksa? Just want to know your view on that observation. I hear where you're coming from, nuts and bolts. Kessler, he's an American. He's a center, a natural leader, feisty, swears, great team guy. Yes, I see that. Bieksa, kind of a bit of a smirk. A smirk. That's not even a word. A smirk. Sarcastic, good leader as well. So yes, I could see. I don't think it's a perfect combination, but I see where you're coming from. And yes, Kessler, Bieksa, along with Burrows, big part of that team that made us so exciting, fun to watch, yet so aggravating for other teams, and some would say even hated by other teams and other fan bases. So yeah, I give some credence to that he's some sort of combination of Kessler and Bieksa, more like Kessler than Bieksa, because forward, center, American, all those things. Great questions, everyone. Thanks again for asking them, and make sure you join me for tonight at 10 p.m. for my weekly Sunday night live stream. Shout out to my legends, legendary Lucas Gates, legendary Justin Credible, legendary Andrew Chang, hero members nucksfan number 29 and Carol Bovenlander, and Hall of Fame members Jens 95, simalexander, Chris Seifried, and Broomfield, Shannon Hollingworth, and HSM Fangirl Gaming. Thanks for your support as always, and thanks to the support of all members of all levels. You're listed in my video descriptions. If you want to become a member of the CCC Crew, press the join button underneath this or my videos on the memberships tab on my YouTube channel. Subscribe if you haven't already. Like this video on your way out. Leave a comment down below. Just talk about anything. Maybe your hopes for 2022 or your reaction to any of my answers. And of course, become a member or upgrade if you want to become a member of the CCC Crew, or upgrade your membership. Consider that as well. Okay, friends, make sure you join me tonight at 10 p.m. You won't be disappointed. Stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and take care of each other. Have a great day. God bless, and go Canucks go.